A man who is consistent and courageous, who experiences a setback, never sees it as failure, sees it as temporary defeat.
Welcome to the Bedros Keuilian Show.
Fellas, for you and me, winning is everything. And anyone who tells you that winning is not everything, then you need to walk away from them and go find another coach, mentor, or advisor. In fact, let me read a quote, and I'll tell you who this quote is from. Ready? Here we go. The man who really counts in the world is the doer, not the critic. The man who actually does the work, even if roughly and imperfectly. Not the man who only talks about how it should be done, but the man who's actually doing it. Theodore Roosevelt. That is one of my favorite quotes from good old Teddy Roosevelt, because there are so many doers out there. And when a man is doing what he needs to be doing in life, he all of a sudden finds himself on a path of purpose. He finds himself not dabbling with alcohol, weed, depression, anxiety, sadness, rage, all these stupid things that dudes do to find themselves in the bottom of the pit. Right? And if you're like, man, I feel like I'm in the pits, just the lowest as I've ever been in life, and I'm just watching a lot of TV, a lot of social media, video games, and distracting myself with all these vices, it is because you're not winning in life. And winning in life breaks down to doing. And so if we know that doing is the ultimate outcome for men, think about this, man. We are here to work. We are here to achieve. We are here to build. We are here to create. That's what men do. We come up with ideas. We build buildings and bridges and like telecommunication systems and companies and organizations. You are a builder. You are a doer. And if you're not doing, the anxiety and depression, like we've talked about before, is your conscience reminding you that you're a fucking man and you ought to be doing something. And if you're not doing something, you're just playing video games and you're hanging around eating all this nasty food, you're not working out, you're not building your body, you're not building a business, you're not building a relationship, you're not building a bank account, you're not building future children. Like, men need to build and do. We are doers. And so that is how you end up winning in life. So I'm going to teach you how to rewire your brain so that you can win in life. And that winning breaks down to the 5 C's. I keep thinking about, like, what has helped me win the most in life? What has helped me and my coaching clients win the most in life? What is the thing that has kept me happy, that has kept me fulfilled, that has kept me rich and fit? And it keeps breaking down to these 5 C's, and I'm going to teach them to you right here and now. So here we go. Thing number 1, C number 1 is clarity. You need clarity on what you want out of life. You need clarity. If you don't have clarity on what you want out of life, you're going to be a rudderless ship drifting through life and seeing other men as your heroes, putting other men on the pedestal, trying to be like other dudes. In other words, if you don't have your own path, you will find yourself trying to attach to another man's path. And every man has got his own path to live. You've got your own destiny and legacy to live. And so if you don't have your own path, that means you are missing clarity. Take some time, cut out all the distractions, and just write down clearly what you want out of life for yourself. And when you write that down, put it somewhere that's visible. Once you have clarity, we move on to the second C in life, confidence. Confidence just simply means that you keep the promises that you make to yourself and others. People go, man, Bedros, how do I build confidence? Like, there's some magical formula to building confidence. If you think about doing something, like you think about waking up in the morning and working out at a certain time, keep your promise, bro. If you say, well, I'm going to eat clean all day long, and then all week long, and then all month long, and then all year long, keep your promise, bro. That's how you build confidence. Confidence is all about stacking little wins on top of each other. The person who says he's going to do something and then doesn't do it is eroding his confidence. You're eroding your reputation with yourself. So confidence is all about little wins. There is no one big thing you can do to build your confidence. It's all about the little wins. This is why I want you to have clarity first, because if you have clarity on what you want out of life, now you're going to start building confidence by doing all the little things you need to do every minute, every hour, every day, every week, every month, every year to achieve the desired outcome that you wrote. Confidence is a byproduct of achievement. Confidence is a byproduct of stacking little wins. And if you're not stacking those wins, then you're probably feeling like a hypocrite. You're feeling like an imposter. You know that you're not a promise keeper. And so other people can sense your vibe. And then all of a sudden, you start feeling anxious and depressed because you're beating yourself up for it. So once we have clarity and confidence, we go to the third C, courage. Courage is what we use to keep going in life, right? Like I said, with confidence, we want to stack little wins. But as you're stacking the wins in life, you are going to have the inevitable detours. You are going to have the inevitable life ambushes, as my friend, retired Navy SEAL Jason Redmond says. And if you have a life ambush, you have to have the courage to push through. If you have a situation that comes up that's not favorable for you to win, you need the courage to continue to push through. You get that, right? In the absence of courage, as soon as the conditions aren't right, you're going to give up. So where does courage come from? How do we develop and build courage? Take little risks. Do tougher things. Choose hard over easy. Like, you get it, right? I started my son off by telling him, just take a cold shower. Take a cold shower. At the end of your shower, just for the last minute or two, turn the water to the coldest you can. Now, for the last 7, 8, 9 years, he just straight up takes full on cold showers. Doesn't even turn it from hot to cold anymore. Just straight up every day takes cold showers. That led to him getting into boxing. That led him into jujitsu. That led him into taking these bigger risks and learning guitar and piano and writing music and doing his thing, right? Because he's taking these risks. Tiny little risks stack up into bigger risks. Just like tiny little wins is how you build confidence. Tiny risks and tiny hardships, doing hard things instead of constantly leaning towards easy, leaning towards comfort. Start doing the hard and uncomfortable things. Lean towards discomfort, and that will help you build courage. And when you have courage, you will begin to take action towards your life's goals and mission, even when things are not favorable, even when you're tired, even when you're sick, even when it's cold, even if you didn't sleep well, even if it's snowing, it's raining, it's too hot, you're thirsty, your neck hurts, you keep doing it, because a man that has courage is locked in, right? And you know what ends up happening too, right? Clarity, confidence, courage starts creating momentum, which leads us to the fourth thing, consistency. I think one of the greatest superpowers that a dude can develop is consistency in his life. Like, be consistent. I'm going to call out probably all dudes. All dudes at some point have done this, myself included. And then as we grow and develop and become more mature and more wise, some of us have gotten better at this consistency thing. Most of us, 40, 50, 60 and beyond, are still flakes. What am I calling you out on? Most men will bend over backwards to get the chick's attention, right? You'll do whatever you can to get that girl's attention. And man, you will open doors and you will spit game and you will show up with cool little gifts and you will send the text messages and the emojis and all those things that get her attention. And then once you get her, you stop dating her. You stop wooing her. You stop chasing her, right? You become inconsistent. You were consistent in displaying how much affection you had towards her, how much you wanted her, what you would do to get her. But then once you get her, you are inconsistent. Think of other areas of your life. You start working out, you start getting those gelatinous man titties, you start burning off your man titties. All of a sudden you start seeing pecs. All of a sudden you can flex and crack a fucking walnut between your pectacles, right? But then what happens? You end up losing consistency and getting fat again, putting on obesity, missing the gym, and then the sadness and depression sets in. And so if you can be consistent no matter what, you will achieve the outcome no matter what. Because there is no such thing as failure for a man who's consistent and courageous. It's only temporary defeats. We will have temporary defeats, but a man who is consistent and courageous will never see failure. Short of death. If you die, that's it. You failed. You're gone anyway. It doesn't much matter. See you in heaven, right? But short of that, a man who is consistent and courageous who experiences a setback never sees it as failure, sees it as temporary defeat. Hey guys, quick interruption to the Bedros Keuilian Show. I took some time to go to the local juice stores here in town, and I bought all these different ginger, turmeric, and wellness shots. Now, they range anywhere from $3.69 all the way to $4.05. And to be honest with you, they all suck. Why? Because they do not have anywhere near the wonderful ingredients of the Keuilian Wellness Shot. First of all, to build your immune system and keep your immune system strong, Keuilian Wellness Shot is packed with vitamin C, vitamin D, and zinc. And also to help you fight off inflammation, it is packed with turmeric, ginger, and black pepper. And to keep you hydrated, Keuilian Wellness Shots have sodium, potassium, and magnesium. This is the ultimate morning supplement. Just take one packet, pour it in 4 ounces of water, and shoot it, and you're good to go. Best of all, $1.69 per packet instead of twice the price of those other inferior ones. I want you to get 50% off your first 30-day supply. So go to Keuilian.com, use my name Bedros, and you can get 50% off plus free shipping, a 30-day money-back guarantee, and $1 gets donated to Shriners Children's Hospital. Best of all, if you like the Keuilian Wellness Shots, and I know you will, like thousands of other people who are part of the Keuilian tribe, every month we'll send you a new supply at 20% off, free shipping. So go to Keuilian.com, use my name Bedros, and get your 50% discount code before it goes away. Back to the show. And if you can have that consistency, then you got the fifth and final C. That fifth and final C is what? Charisma. Everybody is attracted to charisma. A man that doesn't have charisma, that can't captivate attention, doesn't have the gift of gab, who doesn't know how to tell a joke, ask questions, have meaningful dialogue and conversation, make eye contact, shake hands, crack a smile, and get everyone's attention with that smile, that is charisma. You know, there's a great YouTube channel out there called Charisma on Command. Y'all should watch that. And I think the guy that has that channel, I don't know him, I'm not part of his course, but I think he's got a course called Charisma on Command. Get the course. Because when you start developing charisma, you start magnetically attracting awesome people into your life. You start attracting awesome things into your life. See, I used to think that, to rewire my brain, I just need to start thinking like abundance and journaling about things that I want. Well, that's cool. Thinking abundantly is cool, and journaling about my life's goals is cool. But in reality, I need to have clarity on what the fuck I want. And if I have clarity, then I need to have the confidence to execute every single day, stack those little wins. And if I have the confidence to do that, then I need to know that there's going to be times that things aren't going to work out in my favor, and I need to have the courage to push through. And if I have the courage to push through, I'm going to be a consistent motherfucker no matter what, whether it's hot, cold, snowy, tired, aching, whatever. And if I'm consistent and I have charisma, I will attract the things that I want in my life. Charisma is just this magical magnet, man. Right? And those are the 5 C's, man, that I want to tell you guys about, because you can easily rewire your brain. You can rewire your life to win. But oftentimes, dudes are too fucking retarded in terms of what you want to achieve. Like, you don't even know what your goals are. And if you don't have goals written down, you don't have a date next to it, what are you going to do? Just drift through life? Start taking on other people's habits, behaviors, speaking patterns, right? That's what I see on social media. Everyone seems to look like everyone else these days. Like, is there any individuality? Is there any man that says this is the path that I'm taking and it might go against the grain and I'm okay with that? I mean, how often are you going to play it safe? How often are you going to sit there on the couch and put off what you should be doing today for tomorrow? You do realize you're not guaranteed tomorrow, right? I know the average American's supposed to live to 78 or 88 years old, whatever the fuck it is. But in reality, you're not guaranteed tomorrow. And so if you know you're not guaranteed tomorrow, then you got to start leaning towards action, man. Your life is a fucking movie. And if you are not fucking the hero in this movie, you're not the main character in this movie, and you're not like clear on what you want and confident and courageous, and you have this like consistency and getting after it with charisma, fuck, what a boring human being you are. And that's how incels are born. And that's how people that hang out on the couch are born. And that's why you become a woman hater. If you want to know why you're a woman hater, It's because you're not doing the things that a man is called to do. Set clear goals. Go out and take risks. Stack the wins. Be consistent. Keep your promises. Do the work. Have character and core values. Be funny and charismatic. Fuck. I'm attracted, not sexually, but I'm attracted to men who can fucking show up that way. So if you're like, man, all the women, all the bitches out there, they just want the rich dude. Nah, listen. Money will definitely make an ugly dude like you look more handsome. But trust me when I say, I know a lot of rich dudes who actually, some are even decent looking. They have no fucking game. So don't think money is the only solution to getting the girl, to living the dream. It's not. It's not. Money might be one of the weapons. But clarity, confidence, courage, consistency, charisma, these are the main fucking weapons. These are the big guns, homie. And if you're willing to do these things, develop these things. These are muscles, by the way. Don't think that you're supposed to be born. Well, I wasn't born with confidence. I wasn't born with courage. Who the fuck was? These are muscles that you develop. And if you can develop these muscles and you can show up consistently and become the hero in your own movie, you're like that main character. And the main character always wins. But what you do is you see yourself as that side character. You see yourself either as like that sidekick or even like, Ed Milet says, when on the credits, when they roll the credits, taxi driver number 2. They don't even say your fucking name in the credits. It's your own movie. And most of you see yourself as taxi driver number 2. When in reality, you are the fucking main star. And if you can start seeing yourself as that, then you will win. And if you can rewire your brain to win this way, then whatever the winning situation is, whatever the playing field is, relationship, money, health, meaning, faith, boom, baby, you check it off. That's how I've won in life. That's how I've built an empire. That's how I maintain my health at 50 years old. That's how I have awesome relationships. That's how I'm on a path to purpose. And that's what I want you to do as well. So what's left now? Execution. You go out and execute. Guys, for all of you that are watching this on YouTube, 74% of you are not subscribed to the channel. If you got any value from this episode, do me a favor and subscribe to the channel. Guys, also, I can't wait to see you at BK Live May 31st at the Grove Theater in Anaheim, California. We'll make sure to drop the link in the first comment on the YouTube channel. And of course, it'll be on the podcast platform descriptions as well. But until then, remember this, that average is the enemy. Success is your responsibility. And change can take place in an instant if you are willing to flip the switch. I'll see you next time.